Good morning, children. Today we are going to start a new lesson. It is operating system. So, we are going to know more and more information regarding the operating system of a computer. Okay? So, let us start, children. So, first of all, let us know what is an operating system. So, basically, in the previous lesson, we already discussed what is an operating system. So, operating system, it is the most important program of a computer. Okay? And it can be stored on either on a hard disk or any other external storage device also. Okay? And whenever we first turn on our computer system, the first program that is to be run on a computer is BIOS. So what is BIOS? BIOS means basic input output system. Okay? So it will be first conducting a test which is called as power on self test to check whether each and every devices that are connected to a computer system are working properly or not. Do you all recollected it, children? Okay, so basically this operating system will be acting as an interface between the user and the software which are present in the computer system that are performing small basic tasks. Okay, children. Next, so here are few examples of operating system. The first one is Apple, second one is Linux operating system, third one is Windows operating system, next one iOS, next one is Android, and the last one is Ubuntu, orange color one. Okay, children. Next, so first of all, let us know what is the need of an operating system. Why this operating system should be present in a computer? Because this operating system, it will be managing all the software and hardware which is present on a computer. Okay, so most of the time what happens, there are different programs that are running at the same time, and all these should be getting the access from the computer CPU and memory and also the storage, right? To manage all these things, this particular operating system is very necessary, children. Okay, and this operating system is the main thing which is responsible for the overall controlling of the process which is going to be done in a computer system. So the operating system is very important. Without, for example, clearly if I say, if there is no SIM in a mobile phone, it is just a dummy phone. There is no need of that mobile phone, right? Like that only. If there is no operating system in a computer system, it's just a machine. It's just an item. There is nothing. There is no use with that particular item. Okay? Next, let us know there are different types of operating systems, children. First one is single user operating system, multi-user operating system, multi-processing, multitasking, multi-threading, interactive operating system, real-time operating system, and distributed operating system. So now let us know about each of these operating systems in detail. Okay, first of all, single user operating system. As the name itself specifies, this particular operating system is designed in such a way that only one user can use the computer system at a time. Listen to it clearly, children, because it will be quite confusing. Okay, so what is a single user operating system? It is an operating system which is designed specifically which can be used only by a single user at a time. Okay, for example, MS-DOS. Okay, that is Microsoft Disk Operating System. Okay, this is the example for single user operating system. Now let us see multi-user operating system. So same as the name itself specifies, it allows multiple users to run programs at the same time on a single computer system. Okay, for example, Unix, Linux and Windows are the examples of multi-user operating system. Next one, multiprocessing. Multiprocessing means what? This particular operating system supports and allocates different programs on more than one CPU. That means we are having only one CPU for a system, no? This particular operating system allows the same process to be done in multiple CPUs at a time. Okay, children? For example, Linux, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8 and Unix. These are the examples of multiprocessing operating system. Okay. Next one is multitasking. Multitasking operating system means what? Multitasking. Task means what? Different purposes, right? So, this particular operating system allows several applications to be loaded and simultaneously it will be using in the memory. Okay. Clear, children? It will be performing several applications at a time and also will be using the memory simultaneously for all the purposes. Okay. This is the most common type of operating system which is being used nowadays. For example, Linux, Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 8, Unix are the common examples of multitasking operating system. And now coming to the next one. Next one is multi-threading. Multi-threading means what? It allows different parts of a program. Program means what, children? Instructions, right? Instructions which are given to a computer system to perform a particular task. But these programs will be of different languages such as C, C++, Java, HTML, .NET, whatever it may be. So, this particular multi-threading allows different parts of a single program to run concurrently. At the same time, it will be different parts will be running at a concurrently. At a time, they will be running simultaneously. Okay, it won't only concentrate on a particular part. It will be dealing with whole program at a time. Okay, children. For example, all the examples are same, children. Linux, Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 8, Unix. Only for single user operating system you will be having MS-DOS. MS-DOS means disk operating system. Okay. Next one, interactive operating system. Interactive operating system means what? See, the name itself specifies interactive. Interactive means what? Interaction between the user and the computer system. For example, if depending upon the computer. If it is depending upon the interactive between humans means what? Communication between one person to another person. Right? So, interactive operating system. In this we will be using graphical user interface, which means here we will be using different icons, windows and menus as tools to interact with the computer system. Icons means what, children? On the desktop you can see several applications or small graphical symbols. Okay, or else you can even call as menus, which will be helping us to interact with the computer system. For example, take start button only. Using start button we can even shut down the system or start a new programs, right? That is also considered as a icon only. And there are several menus in the start button which will be helping us to interact with the computer system easily. Okay, so few tools, maybe opening a file, deleting a file, moving a file. We can do all these things, right? Okay. Next, for example, Windows. In Windows also we'll be having different menus on the desktop, no, children? Yes or no? Next, real-time operating system. Real-time operating system means what? It will be processing the inputs which we are giving to a computer system simultaneously. To which extent? It will be more faster enough so that it can even accept the next inputs and even can process on those inputs that are given to us to the computer system. Okay, I will be sharing all these as a theoretical picture to you people, children, so that you people can easily understand once if you go through it. Okay, Last but not the least one is distributed operating system. So distributed operating system, it will be allowing several packages, software packages and data to be distributed around the system. If whatever instructions or whatever programs or data what we are giving to a computer, if it is not shared to all the parts of a computer such as CPU, keyboard, mouse and all, the data cannot be processed and we cannot get the output, no children. Okay, so what does this operating system will be doing? It will be sharing all these data and software packages what we are installing. It will be sharing all this information to all the devices that are connected to a computer system. Okay. I hope you all understood today's class, children. If you are having any queries, you can contact me. So the remaining topics will be discussed in the next part of our lesson. Thank you.